So recently I gave my review of what I thought about Power Book 2's series finale. And my thoughts were it was due to the main character, which is Tariq St. Patrick, which in my view is a
you disloyal fool-ass bitch-made punk.
Like, you're the main reason Raina's gone. And you killed your father.
That shit is crazy. I really don't like that guy.
We're here to talk about how we could have made Power Book 2 better. So what I'm going to do today is do something that it took me. This is the longest it's ever taken me to rewrite a finale of a series. And it's mostly because Tariq is such a horrible character. I had to figure out how to write an ending that would be fitting for a character like Tariq. But I did it. Somehow I did it. For real, it took me this is the longest it ever took me to write something like this. So with that being said, rewriting Power Book 2 series finale, let's go. So first, before I can get to the series finale, I have to go all the way back to season 1. Yes. When trying to rewrite this, I realized I had to literally rewrite this a whole entire series because I can't, like, this show is so incompetent. Like, I had to go back to season 1. So let's go back to what the premise of this show was, okay? The premise of this show is going to be based around two things. Tariq protecting his mother and him trying to graduate college so he could get his inheritance that James St. Patrick left for him. And remember, he must graduate college with honors. Okay? That is the premise. So let's start back at season 1, freshman year. Now, I want this show to kind of be similar to, if you've seen How to Get Away with Murder, to where we reflect and use what Tariq learns in school with what's going on in his real life, okay? So the first season is going to revolve around one class, which is behavioral science. Now, behavioral science is the study of human action, okay? So that's going to basically be the premise of season 1. Now, getting into season 1, throughout this season, Tariq is starting to have panic attacks. He's starting to have visions of people that he has killed, whether that's Proctor, Kanan, Raina, and of course, his father. And he's starting to really feel guilty about what he has done. It's getting so bad that it's affecting his schoolwork. It's affecting him outside of school to where he has to go to a psychologist to figure out what's going on. Meanwhile, family Yaz is with Big Mama. Yaz is with Grandma, Tasha's mother, and Tasha's mother has a little bit of a drinking problem. Yeah, and it gets to a point to where she starts telling family secrets and says how much Tasha should have never married your father and that she always knew there was something wrong with your father. Sorry for you to hear this, but it is true. Your father was a bad influence on my child, and now all Tasha do is lie. All she do is just keep secrets. I know there's something going on that she still isn't telling me. Meanwhile, Yaz is on her phone looking at a news clip of the passing of her father. Now, this is where I have to have a side note real quick. I'm sorry. Usually you shouldn't do this, but I have to say, I had to rewatch the pivotal moments of each season to kind of refresh my memory what happened. And when Tommy comes back and tries to kill Tasha, and Tasha goes to Tariq's dorm room, and she's like, well, we got to figure out something. I mean, Tommy's a killer. And Tariq says, I'm a killer too, Ma. I'm like, I don't know why. I just started busting out laughing Because it sounded so much like, I'm gonna kill my mom, I'm gonna kill my dad, I'm gonna kill my grandma. Like, that's how Tariq came off. Like, I can never take him serious when he's trying to be all gangster and all that. The same way in the series season 1 finale when there's the professor that was trying to out him for whatever reason, and the professor's like, you're just in a bad spot, and Tariq goes, I am the bad spot. And I'm like, man, get the fuck on out of here, son. I'm sorry, that just made me laugh. I'm sorry. Anyway, getting back to the video. So next we have season 2, sophomore year, and this is where the focus is around political science, which is the social science dealing with like systems of governance and power and analysis of political activities, all that good stuff. The beginning of season 3 is junior year business school, as the focus around season 3 will be around business school. The opening episode is Lauren in the hospital, waking up as Tariq is by her side. Lauren reveals that her parents are getting a divorce and she doesn't know how to cope with her family breaking up. And Tariq says, trust me, I know the feeling, man. It's a very traumatizing time to have to deal with that. Lauren comes clean and actually says she's been using this drug app, but she now realizes that that drug app is no good and she has to figure out who's behind it so she can take them down. And Tariq is like, yeah. So in one of the pivotal episodes near the end of season 3, we have Tariq's birthday, his 21st birthday, which is a very important birthday for an individual. And Tariq is messed up. They kind of mirror what happened with Ghost in season 5 when he was drunk and trying to get over Raina's death and all that. Lauren pops up and thanks Lauren for being there and sorry that he's been so secretive. It's just that he has a lot going on with his family, with school, and he just wishes he can just run away and just move on. But he needs to finish school. He needs to get this done so he can have a better future. And, you know, talks about, you know, regrets and things he's done in his life he's not proud of. And he can't tell Lauren about that. But trust me, one day it will all make sense. And as Tariq is passed out, Lauren goes snooping and figures out that it was Tariq behind the drug app and addresses Tariq about, you lied to me. You've been lying to me this whole time. It's you that's been behind the drug app. I can't believe this. Why didn't you tell me? Why have you been lying to me? Hey, I have to do what I have to do to take care of me and my family. You don't understand. You just won't understand. Like, you grew up in a privileged household. I did too, but that was all taken away from me. And I have to pick back up the pieces. You don't understand. You just don't get it. Lauren says, I hear all that, but you have two options. Either you quit this whole drug app situation, or I'm going to the police. And Effie overhears this as she was about to give a gift to Tariq and say happy birthday to him. And so now Effie is very concerned that Lauren will blow their whole situation. So it is here to where we wrap up the whole Tejada storyline here. So first, let's talk about Zeke. Zeke, who is the talented young jock. That is, of course, the apple of Monet's eye. But at the end of season 2, it is revealed that Monet is Zeke's mother and not his auntie, which he is very angry about. And he starts going on a drug binge using the drug app. And of course, it gets caught by the police using drugs. So now they are basically making him make a decision. Either turn on his family and turn in the people that are behind the drug app, or he'll have to go to jail, get expelled, and ruin his future. So Zeke, at the end of the day, decides to become a CI to help the police, but he still is very conflicted. And at the end of season 2, he actually turns up missing. And then at the very beginning of season 3, he is found dead. But we don't know who killed him. Now let's get over to Monet, of course, the drug kingpin, the leader of the Tejada family, cold-hearted Monet. Monet, who has been messing with both Lorenzo, who's been in jail, then out of jail, as well as Mecca. Mecca, who is the plug, and Lorenzo, who is the father of her children. And in season 3, Monet is mourning over Zeke's death and vows to get revenge for whoever did this. Meanwhile, Mecca is getting it into Monet's head that it is Lorenzo who not only probably killed Zeke, but is an informant that needs to be taken care of. And as she looks into it, she finds evidence that Lorenzo's DNA was all over the crime scene, and it is here to where she decides to take Lorenzo out, and she does. However, of course, her kids do not know about this. Diana, though, looks into who killed Lorenzo, and she finds some interesting information that links the death of her father to Monet. So it's about to go down the very end of season 3 to where Monet goes up to meet with Mecca, but Diana, Drew, and Kane show up. Diana says that she knows about Dad. She knows that she killed Dad. And that how could you? I can't believe you. You took our father away from us. And Monet is, of course, like, man, he was a CI. He was a CI, man. He was working with the police, man. He was about to take the whole family down with him. I had to take him out. Plus, I have a feeling, I know he killed Zeke. His DNA was all over the crime scene. I had to get rid of him. And Drew says, no, Mom. Mecca was a CI. Mecca was the one working with the police. But you was too clouded by your love for Mecca to see it. And you sacrificed Lorenzo for it. You killed Lorenzo for it. He's like, it can't be true. It can't be true. And they show her paperwork that Mecca was a CI. And then she says, well, I still had to kill Lorenzo. I mean, he killed Zeke, man. He killed Zeke, man. I had to do it. And Kane's like, no, he didn't kill Zeke. I did. I killed Zeke. I was there that night. I was there. I saw our father, I saw Lorenzo embrace Zeke, trying to convince him not to turn on us, not to snitch on us. And he said he was going to try to figure out a way so that everybody wins. And they hugged. That's what happened. But I wasn't willing to risk it. I wasn't willing to risk our futures for Zeke. So I had to let him go. I had to kill him. And then Monet points a gun at Kane. And Kane says, you heard all that and you still defend this man. I was there for you day in, day out. Always did what I was told, and it still wasn't good enough for you. You still can't love us like you love Mecca or love Zeke. We helped run this family, not just you. And then Diana says that's because Monet is a cold-hearted bitch. And Monet's like, what? Puts down the gun, and Monet and Diana start scrapping. Of course, Monet is getting the best of Diana. She is whooping Diana's ass. So then Drew has to get Monet off of Diana, but during the whole tussle, Drew drops the gun. Monet picks up the gun, goes to point it at Drew, and then boom! Down goes Monet as Kane shoots and kills Monet. They all look over the body, and Kane says, she never loved us. We were just soldiers in her wicked, twisted army. She would have sacrificed any of us. And so they all go into the woods and bury the body of Monet. They go back to the house, and as they get ready to leave, the police is surrounding the house, and it is here to where the Tejadas have found out that they actually killed Mecca and that there was security footage showing that they killed Mecca. And now they have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, as Mecca again was an informant. But Kane tells Drew and Diana, hey, go to the escape tunnel, get the passports, I'll take care of the police. And they're like, no, Kane, no. Like, I have to give y'all time to get away. Just trust me. So Drew and Diana go to the escape route within the house that is a tunnel that leads them to their safe spot. Meanwhile, Kane talks to the police for a little while he's still inside the house, and then comes out there just blasting. And of course, Kane gets killed by the police. And once the police get into the house, Diana and Drew are gone. And that's pretty much the end of the whole Tejada storyline. I'm ending it in season 3 right here. Meanwhile, Tariq pulls back up to the school and everyone looks to be in mourning, and he's like, what's going on? And Brayden tells him Lauren died in a car crash last night. The police found her body this morning. And they show the funeral of Lauren, and Tariq is in disbelief still and can't believe it. As Effie and Brayden is by his side, and Effie says sorry for your loss. As they show a flashback of Effie messing up the brakes on Lauren's car. And she's the one that caused Lauren to die. Meanwhile, Tariq reads this letter of Megan and Dean's list for the 3rd year in a row and puts it in Lauren's casket. And as they're still at the gravesite, Brayden, Tariq, and Effie, he says, I'm out the game. You know, my dad was right a long time ago that this game can't end well. Nothing as good has come from this. I lost everybody I love to this game. I'm done. I am out. So Tariq leaves the drug game. And that's how you end season 3. So now, season 4, the final season, to where the focus is around ethics. It's here to where we learn that Tariq and Effie are together, as Effie has been the one, even through all the craziness, as the one that was able to stay down with Tariq through it all. Tariq has been for real about not being in the drug game no more, just going to school, going to class, and just trying to figure out a way to get Yaz and his mother back together. And as Tariq goes to school, there's a new teacher who's really stern and, tries to get off his slick stuff, but the teacher is not having it. And there's a new classmate in the class called Anya. And Anya goes to Tariq and says, he's cool, I had him last year. He's just a little bit rough around the edges, but you'll get used to him after a while, okay? Tariq takes a liking to this new classmate in Anya. At the end of episode 1, season 4, they show Anya at a gravesite saying, I'm gonna make you proud, big brother, don't worry. I'm gonna get justice for you. Love you. And as Anya walks away, they pan over to the tombstone and it reads, Raymond Ray Jones. As it's revealed that Anya is Ray Ray's little sister, the man that Tariq killed all the way back in season 4, the man that killed Raina back in season 4. So, meanwhile, Brayden tells Tariq that someone is selling drugs in our school. Like, are you selling drugs again? And Tariq is like, no. Do you know if Effie is doing it? He says, I don't know, but I'll go to Effie. And Effie's like, how can you even accuse me of doing something like that? No, like, you're out the game, I'm out the game as well. Like, I'm just focused on graduating college. Like, I've already saved up money. I'm good on that. All I have to do is focus on my last year, and I'm going on with my life. Somewhere throughout the season, Tariq gets pulled over as he's driving, and a detective pulls up to the door and says, you gotta be safe, man. These streets are crazy. It's crazy people out here in the world. Make sure you're safe. And Tariq says, thanks. Like, no problem. And it's revealed to be Detective Rookie Valdez, the nephew of Angela Valdez, who serves under Detective Carter. So we keep those characters the same. In the mid-season finale, Tariq visits Lauren's gravesite, and goes to Lauren's graveside to say that he's passing his midterms and acing his midterms, and he's doing everything that he planned to do. And I told you I'm gonna be a better man. I am a better man. As Effie is with Tariq, they drive from the gravesite, and Effie starts revealing her past and what she's had to endure as a child. And it is here to where she reveals that she's the one that killed Lauren. And Tariq is in disbelief. He's completely pissed off. I can't believe you would do that, and you lied to me. Like, Lauren was never going to snitch. And Effie's like, she had a wire on her. Like, she had a wire. Like she was going to snitch on you. Like, trust me, I did it for the betterment of all of us. And Tariq says, I don't believe you. You're just jealous. You're jealous because you can never be Lauren. And so they have a big argument, and Tariq leaves Effie on the side of the road. And it's here to where Effie gets kidnapped. And Effie is kidnapped by Detective Carter. And Detective Carter says, did you really think you was going to be able to get away from me? Did you really think that you could just stop selling drugs from me? As it's revealed that Effie has been selling drugs in the school with the help of Detective Carter, who is a dirty cop. And Detective Carter calls Tariq's phone and says, if you love Effie at all, then you will come down here, or I will bust you for being behind the drug app. And so Tariq comes down there and says, I don't know what you're talking about, but where's Effie? And Brandon's along with him as well, and says, look, I know that you're no longer selling drugs, but you're going to sell drugs again. You're all part of the ecosystem. You know, drugs, money, all that good stuff. So Tariq says, fine, I'll sell drugs for you. And Detective says, that's what I'm talking about. That's a good boy right there. Now, throughout all this, Detective Valdez, rookie policeman Valdez, realizes that Detective Carter is a bad cop. And not knowing who else to go to, he goes to the veteran cop, the veteran detective, and Rashad Tate's brother, Kamal Tate. And Kamal says, I don't know what's going on, but I'll figure it out. Don't worry about this, rookie. We'll get this taken care of, okay? And so Kamal addresses Detective Carter about being a dirty cop, and Detective Carter kills Kamal Tate. So Tariq is now selling drugs again. Tariq says he has to figure out a way to get out of this. He's right there. He's about to graduate. He needs to figure out a way to make this whole Detective Carter situation go away, and tries to figure out a plan. But as he tries to figure out a plan to take out Detective Carter, Anya helps Tariq get kidnapped. And Anya reveals to Tariq that she is Ray Ray's little sister. Anya says, the only thing I want from you is pain. I want you to feel the pain of me losing my big brother. He did everything for me. He was there for me when our parents died. And Tariq says, well, your big brother killed my twin sister. So sorry if I don't have no pity on your big brother. And Anya says, well, I'm sure he had his reasons for doing what he did. By the end of the day, nothing can change that now. As Tasha is rolled out, and Tasha is tied up, and Anya says, you are going to watch your mother die right in front of your eyes. And as Anya is about to take out Tasha, Effie and Brayden pops up, but in the whole melee, Tariq is still tied up, and Tasha says, cover me. And like, what are you doing? It's like, just cover me. And Tasha takes out the henchman, and as she's about to get to Tariq, she gets shot. And Tariq is like, no! So Tasha tells Tariq, just live your life, son. Don't worry about me. Please take care of Yaz, but live your life. And Tasha dies trying to protect her son. And Tariq goes over to Anya, who is still breathing, and says, you know what? I'm sorry for your big brother. But the good thing is, now you get to meet him. Boom! Shot in the head is Anya. And now their focus is made towards Detective Carter. Tariq says, you're going down. It's over for you. And Carter's like, come on, stop it. And as Detective Carter has his doubts, out comes Detective Valdez, and out comes Rashad Tate, and says, you have two options. Either You die today or you die in jail. And so Carter takes the jail route. Now it's Tasha's funeral and they pin it all on Detective Carter as he's the one that's been killing all these people. And Yaz is with Tariq at the funeral, and Yaz says, why are all our family members dying? What happened to Raina? Why can't you just come clean and tell me what's going on? And Tariq is like, it's very complicated. I don't know how to tell you. I had to do it for our future. I had to do it because your dad was not a good man. I had to kill him. I'm sorry. I didn't kill Raina. I didn't kill her mother, but I had to do it. And Yaz says, Tariq, I don't ever want to see you again. My whole life has been a lie. My whole life has been changed, and it's all because of you. You killed my father. You're the reason that my mama's no longer here. You're the reason why Raina's no longer here. I don't want anything to do with you. As CPS pulls up on Yaz, and Yaz is taken away. Fast forward to graduation. Tariq has been made valedictorian and speaks to the entire class as there's no family there to applaud him. No Yaz, no Raina, no Tasha, no Ghost. And he says, I got a whole new life ahead of me and nothing can stop me now. As he quotes Ghost back in season 6, as he show a flashback of him at the podium as he was about to be made lieutenant governor. And so Tariq does the whole valedictorian speech, graduates with Braden and Effie, as Braden and Effie going on about their way, and now Tariq is about to get his inheritance. And as he meets up with Elvin, because that's how I know him as, is Elvin. As he goes to meet up with Elvin just hands him an envelope. Pleasure to do business with you, Mr. St. Patrick. Good luck with your future endeavors. And Tariq opens up the envelope, and it's just a letter. And it's a letter from his dad, and Ghost basically says, look, Tariq, learned a long time ago that there's no change in you. You are who you are. And I tried to not see it, but your mother was right that I really was hoping that I could shield you away from this life. This life is nothing but death and despair and regrets. And I didn't want you to have to deal with that. And I'm sorry that I failed you as a father. But there is no inheritance for you. Everything has been left for Yaz, as she's the last thing that is pure in our family. You, on the other hand, did get inheritance. You have a degree with honors. You can use that degree to go anywhere that you want to. You are smart, Tariq. You just had to apply yourself, and I knew that you could make it. I knew this day would come. And since I'm not here, again, I'm sorry that I couldn't be there for this important time in your life. And I'm sorry that I couldn't be there for you and the family. There is one thing that I did leave you, an address. At this address is a deed to a building that you now own. I want you to go to that building and start your new future. And hey, if you decide not to continue with it, that's completely fine. But I want you to go to that building and see where I come from. And maybe all the questions you had about me can finally be answered. And so Tariq, crying, reading this letter, goes to the building, and it is the club that Ghost went to in his last day. And there's this girl singing, and Uncle Gabe walks up to him and says, "Sounds beautiful, don't you agree?" Says, "Yeah." He said, "What's your name, son?" Says, Tariq. He says, "Tariq what?" Says, "Tariq St. Patrick." He says, "I was wondering when you was going to come." And hugs him. Says, "I'm Uncle Gabe. I have a lot to tell you." As Tariq goes on to continue to watch the girl that is singing, as they zoom out and fade away. And that's how you end Power Book 2. Again, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, share all the things are the things. Cause I'm black, y'all. Cause I'm black, y'all. Cause I'm black and I'm black and I'm black, y'all. And I'm yo, cause I'm black and I'm back.